This is Isaac with Coffee Creations, and I'm sitting down with founder of KISS, Shaun. I want to ask Shaun some questions so you guys can hear a little bit more about what he does at KISS, or more importantly, what KISS can do for photographers, for the community, for us, selfishly, because we're in businesses and we are here to make money. And so I want to show you guys just kind of the relationship that we've built together, and also just more, again, what he can do for photographers. This is not a sales pitch, anything like that. It's more of just, let's hear the heart and you decide for yourself what makes sense. Shaun, I want to know, what need did KISS basically fill in our industry? Because I know you were a photographer back in the day, and then you saw some need and you were like, here's what I'm gonna go for. So what was that?
Yeah, originally it was hard to get to albums. I was shooting over 60 weddings a year, and I was making good money on albums, and I loved delivering them to my clients and things like that, but the process wasn't easy. And so originally, we're the world's simplest book company. We made it as easy as possible to get to the product. We had very few options. We limited all that because we were like, what matters is getting to the product and serving your clients with printed product. Since then, we've evolved to pursue simple. So to pursue simple allows margin in your life so you can focus on what matters most to you. And so as it's evolved and as technology has helped us with all these things, we have started to allow the photographer to be our number one reason why we exist. We want to see photographers succeed. The starving artist is still a saying for a reason. It doesn't have to be that way, so we're trying to create a culture or an atmosphere where photographers can thrive. You know, we can set the temperature, we can create tools and solve as many issues as possible so photographers can thrive and focus typically on the creative part of why they do what they do. So it's continuing to evolve. I love photographers. Having been in those shoes, I know what it's like. So we just continue to lean in, hear what may be wanted or needed from photographers, and we're trying to create solutions to make that as easy as possible.
So I've personally had the chance to walk through your lab and see how things are done, see the hands that go into all of these products. So I want to hear from you, like, how would you say that KISS albums are different?
So the product itself is a product. You know, people don't stand for like second quality or like not top level quality. So I am a product person. The last, like what I say is like the last real job I had, I ran a printing press. Different than photographic prints, but we're back to press printed and photographic prints. So the quality matters, and that used to be my job. I was the product guy. I still love getting my hands dirty in the product and do product dev and stuff like that, but I have an engineer that's what they do. She is committed to making sure that quality is gonna stay next level, it's efficient, we're sustainable. You know, we make sure we know we're leaving a mark on this planet, so we're doing everything that we can to make sure it's as clean as possible. On top of that, it gets outside of the quality some is when we start investing in the relationships. I know what it's like to be a photographer and the difficulty of running the business and trying to stay creative. And so we're trying to keep photographers as close to the creativity as possible, because we believe that the images, what they love and why they started their business is going to thrive if we stay closer to the creativity. Creativity and business typically feel like they're pulling at each other. We're gonna take care of as much as the business side as possible to keep creatives as close to the creativity as possible. Therefore, I invest in the relationships. One of my main jobs is to do the vision work and stay close to the photographers so that I know what some of those things are that you're looking for. Typically, we want to alleviate the pressure of the business so that the photography is going to continue to evolve and thrive, and you get to do what you love. The photographer has just become my number one. KISS's number one is to see photographers succeed. There's a lot that goes into that. That can be financially, but to pursue simple, which is our current tagline, is to create margin in your life. And what you do in your community and the relationships that you pour into is totally up to you. We want to create space to where you have the resources, time, money, so that you can go and do those things as well. We have an impact that we can make on this world. But if we're so caught up in how fast the business is and trying to run a business, it can steal from the other parts of our life. We're trying to create space for us as humans to evolve and to like lean into those relationships. That's what matters so much to me. I'm so grateful for my team. They've created space for me to be the visionary, and I stay close to photographers so that my vision work lines up with this industry and where we're headed. I think we need a leader. We're choosing to be that leader. So those that choose to be a part of KISS can guarantee we're gonna show up and help you succeed. We have launched a customer success team. We're continuing to put money and time into the software share, as well as these relationships. That is what I see success as an owner, as a business owner and things like that, as an entrepreneur. When I was a photographer, same thing. Those are the things that I wanted to focus on. Success is not just a financial thing for me. It is like when you wake up and your feet hit the ground, you know you're making a difference in people's lives. With photography, it's great because it's like this magical thing. We get to stop time. But then if it just lives in a device, so be it. You know, I understand that, but there's so much more to it. And that's why I love print, because print allows us to sit down and have these conversations over a printed tactile photo. I love that. That is next level for me. So that's what people in the KISS community at least can expect. We're going to try and get people to understand what print means and what it matters. And if it matters to you at all, if you want to serve all your clients with printed product, we can help make that happen. That is my heart, and I'm going to continue to do that.
I love that. And I think it's so important that we as photographers or business owners will align ourselves with vendors and other companies that are focused on us. I think the phrase that goes, what, the rising tide raises all ships, it doesn't apply just to competition, but more importantly to the industry. You know, I think it's so important we can partner with each other in that way. You know, you're focused on our businesses. That's gonna ultimately affect your business, and we're all doing better. And I love that.
Yeah, people ask if I miss photography pretty regularly, and I do. I've decided to like do a shoot here or there, or take time to just photograph for fun. But what makes up for it is I get to focus on tons of photographers, and we can multiply into those that are still like photographing events and weddings and seniors and portrait work and stuff like that. So I get to pour into them. Like I kind of live vicariously through them, and I want to see them succeed. The turnover rate in our industry is too short because creativity doesn't always equal finances. A lot of artists that we know, they're gone, and then their families or somebody in marketing showed their work and how beautiful and amazing it was. We could probably do that and still be here while we do it, and that's my goal.
You've already hit on some of this stuff, but I still want to ask you the specific question. How does KISS develop the industry as opposed to just only profiting from it?
My belief is finances are one of the ways we can measure success, but why we exist and how we exist matters just as much. If we're not measuring all three of those, then I don't believe we're successful. And the last two are hard. Why do you exist and how do you exist? I can't put a tape measure on that. With money, I can see how much money is in an account, how much profit there is and things like that. But these matter so much to me. Why you exist and how you exist allows you to get up and live with purpose. Everyone has a story. When we wake up and there's that like limiting belief or whatnot that rolls in, we have a choice in that moment. When our purpose, our passion is very high in our purpose, we get to show up and exist with purpose. And we want to know that we're seen, that we're heard, and that what we're doing is making an impact on the world, typically for positive, right? And sometimes it ends up turning negative because we can't make it work positively. But we can do that with photography. We can do that with the relationships that we invest in. So while yes, like I do this to make money and to like feed my family and stuff like that, so should photographers in some ways. I don't typically, I say don't should on yourself and don't should on other people, but it's like when you start a business, typically it's like for freedom or for whatnot. When it comes down to it, the finances, sure, finances, money doesn't make you happy, but it buys a lot of things that can free up space so that we can find happiness easier. It does create efficiency in our life. And so while it's not my number one, it's just to make money, I want to see photographers succeed, and money will be a part of that. For me, for the photographers that are part of that, I'm committed to seeing photographers succeed, not just financially. I want to see their like happiness in their life. Money is going to be a part of that, but so is why they exist and how they exist. So I'm going to keep talking about those things, about self-development, about mindset, as well as like how to serve every client with an album. Those go hand in hand to me.
Thanks guys for watching this video. I hope it was enlightening to just kind of see a little bit more about the heart of KISS and why I have chosen for my business to partner with them. If you want to check them out, definitely check out the links in the description below, whether you're offering albums now or you're not offering albums now. If that's kind of a new thing for you as a photographer, they actually just put out this book. And Shaun, here, tell us more about what this is, this book that magically appeared on this table.
Yeah, it's called The Stack. It goes over 3 different ways that you can serve all your clients with an album. So that's the question we answer. If you want to serve every single one of your clients with an album, would you want to? If the answer is yes, or even maybe, check it out. We'd love to get that to you through the links or whatnot. It's just a great place to get started.
So again, thanks for watching, guys. I hope this was cool for you. Drop any comments below. I'm sure Shaun will be watching some of the comments. Maybe I'm not going to promise anything. Ask any questions. Feel free to ask me about how I might sell albums in my business. And check out Kiss. I definitely encourage you to do that. Shaun, thanks again for having us.
Sure thing.